Hello and welcome to day 5. Wow, the time does fly here. Today we have a special guest all the way from the UK, the man, Chris Mann. He is a personal trainer. He has 23 years of natural bodybuilding, and he's also a personal trainer and online coach for women who want to lose fat, gain endless energy, and learn lifetime nutrition. So let's welcome the man, Chris Mann, to the stage.
Hello, Samantha. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is good today.
Tell us all about yourself.
Hi, my name's Chris. As Samantha just pointed out, I'm a personal trainer from the UK. I love going to the gym. I love training. I love exercise and nutrition. And above all, I love food as well. And that's kind of one of my biggest things. I talk a lot about nutrition, a lot about food. I really think that kind of makes a difference to training and kind of longevity and being happy. Everyone loves food. Everyone, wants to be happy. So I talk a lot about that, and that's kind of one of my passions.
For sure, I love that. Yeah, food is definitely life, for sure. Definitely. So you have some tricks that you want to share with us to help us to survive this epic summer of 2021, where everyone is now able to go out and about and indulge in things that they might have not been able to do before. So tell us about how we can manage with barbecue foods.
All right. So I did say food and nutrition. So what I like to kind of talk about is I'm one of these people who encourages people to, enjoy their food. We don't want to be restricting everything, because it's not kind of a fun way of living your life. If you're saying, oh, I can't eat this, I can't have that, people get guilty, kind of like emotions and all this kind of stuff. So I actively encourage people to enjoy their time, enjoy their life. You don't want to restrict anything. And being with friends and family is like really important, especially in the last couple. I live on my own, so I've hardly spoken to anyone, face to face at least, for a long time. So I definitely encourage getting together with your friends and family and actually going out and enjoying meals and meeting up and having a laugh and getting all the latest gossip and news and stuff like that. So barbecue is one of those kind of things that everyone loves doing. Everyone loves to meet up with their friends and family, having a drink, having a bit of food. So I definitely encourage people to do those kinds of things. Do a bit of like exploration as well with your food. Don't stick to the same kind of burgers and hot dogs and stuff like that. Try a little bit of something different. Make your own marinade. You can always buy yourself a jar of marinade from the store, but making your own marinade and getting the kids involved is a great way to teach kids about nutrition as well. My sister does it a lot. She does a lot of baking with the kids and teaches them how to prepare food. And my mum did it as well. And I think everyone should get involved with nutrition. And that's one of the things I kind of push out. So I think with barbecues, as I say, make something different. Get some drumsticks or whatever your kind of food that you enjoy doing. You could even try marinating vegetables if you want, and making your own sauces up and dressings and throwing that on the barbecue and just having a bit of fun, a bit of enjoyment. So maybe you could try a drumstick, a bit of marinade on that. You can let it rest in the fridge if you want overnight or just for an hour or so. I think the minimum is like 20 minutes, and then just throw it on the barbecue and kind of just watch it cook and enjoy it. And you can do the same things with veg as well. You can get your peppers, your onions, mushrooms, put it onto a skewer, marinate it as well. Don't think a lot of people do that, and just get that on the barbecue and just have a bit of fun. And just kind of explore, try things that you haven't done before. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work out, because you can always try it again. But get in there, try it. Don't be scared. Don't procrastinate, as people say. Just get on with it and get your family involved as well. I think that's really important.
Yeah, I love that. My husband is a big fan of barbecue pit masters, so he's come up with this recipe for ribs. It's like a 2.5 hour process, and I don't eat meat, so I'm nothing against anyone that does. But him and my son do really enjoy. He just turned 14, so they really do enjoy barbecuing together, and it is something that you can involve the kids with, especially. And I love barbecues because I love all the summer salads and the summer veggies, and I love potato skins on the grill. I love to barbecue. As long as
you talk about that forever. You could just constantly develop and make new things. Even like I discovered putting pomegranate seeds in salads not so long ago. It's a bit kind of weird because it's got that bitter taste, but it's kind of a nice, refreshing kind of zing as well, and you get a bit of moisture, so it's different. When I used to be a chef as well, so we used to explore different like textures. So you can have like crunchy textures, soft textures, and things that you're not expecting. So if you hide some pomegranate seeds in something, some people may not like it, but it's kind of like a bit of a surprise, really. You don't know what's going to happen, and the flavors are really nice as well, I think.
I love that. Yeah, I love experimenting with different flavors and crunches. I love crunch in my salad. I always add something crunchy in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Great tip.
Yes.
Loving it. All right, so let's see. Oh, enjoying meals and drinks while out with friends and family.
Yeah. So
That like in a restaurant?
yeah, so there's a bit of a theme going on here, as you might have already gathered. Again, I think it's really important to kind of meet up with your friends and family, as we've just discussed. Like, it's been a bit of a tough year, or probably longer actually in some countries, that we haven't seen or heard from our friends and family, haven't been able to meet up, haven't had a chance to, go and have a drink in the gardens or the yards and all that kind of stuff. So I think that going out, definitely making room in your appointments, in your busy schedule, if you work into the evenings, definitely get out, even if it's for like half an hour or an hour. You go out for lunch, go out for dinner. Like in the UK, it's not so much of a thing now, but it happens in some of the higher end hotels. But we can go out for like a high tea, as we call it. So it's basically just like a cup of tea, a posh cup of tea in a posh cup with like cakes and stuff like that. But you could just go to any kind of cafe, I suppose, just for a couple of minutes, or go grab a coffee just to kind of have a chat with someone, and if you live on your own as well, it's a nice way to kind of just get everything off your chest. If you've got any kind of issues, meeting up with your friends and chatting and kind of just making yourself feel a little bit more human, if you like, because after the last year we've had, it's been pretty stressful. So it's a nice stress reliever as well, meeting up with friends, having a chat and just kind of chilling out and relaxing, and just sort of realizing that, we've had a bit of a terrible year, but we've always got our friends and family around us. So kind of getting out and, seeing people.
Yeah, it is nice to be able to get together with people in person. I mean, it is wonderful that we have met so many people all over the world. Like, you and I are connecting. I'm in New Jersey and you're in the UK. It's wonderful to make new friends online, but there is something to be said for, being able to reach out and give someone a hug, or, have that one-on-one time with them. And I think that even if you're not necessarily eating the healthiest foods, my specialty obviously is digestion. I think that when you are in a fun, comfortable, relaxed environment, you digest your food better. So even if you are having maybe, let's say, a cake, it's not necessarily going to have the same effect on you, because you are in an environment where you feel calm, you're peaceful, your stomach can digest and relax. So I think that's another great point that you made.
Actually, I think that's a really good point that we should bring up, because I think I have digestive issues as well. And I think that a lot of people, because of the last year and even like before that, stress can kind of trigger certain digestive issues as well. So if you try not to put so much pressure on yourself, you might find that some of those symptoms are alleviated. And when you do go out and you have that cake or the burger or something that you feel you shouldn't do, if you kind of try and relax a little bit and just chill out, you might find that it doesn't actually cause any issues.
Yeah, and do you have any tips on, in case people are super sensitive? Like I couldn't eat cake. I couldn't do it. It would just send me into a tailspin. So what other sort of healthy options, or I guess with restaurants, I feel like it's more about the portions and a lot about the salt. So what kind of recommendations do you make to people that want to eat out in a restaurant, they want to have a good time, but they don't want to go overboard?
I would say maybe if you know the restaurant owner or the front of house staff, or even if you don't, you can maybe just have a chat with them, and see if they can actually help you. Tell them your kind of issues. I'm not comfortable about this. This might set me off. This might trigger me. Can you kind of help me out? I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing that on the day of your booking. Maybe in advance, give them a ring and just say, I've got this issue. Can you kind of do something for me? Because if you go to a good restaurant or speak to someone, they're gonna want to go out of their way to kind of make you feel welcome and happy. So their chances are they'll say, yeah, that's fine. Just going to think about it. Let's speak to the chef, see what we can do for you. Speaking, communicating is a great way of kind of seeing what's available there, not kind of just assuming that people aren't prepared to help you. So I'd just say have a chat with the restaurant, see if they can, help you out some way.
I love that. And I think there's posters of me in every restaurant in our town, because I always order I make up my own dish all the time. I'll say, I want this without this, and can you add this and add this, and oh, and don't charge me so much because there's no meat in it.
Yeah, I think some
Kind of
places might get kind of annoyed by that, but if you know them and you have good dialogue, then they're more likely to say, yeah, that's no worries. They're happy to do that.
Yeah, and we frequent the same restaurants pretty much. So when they usually already know what I want, they usually call it the Samantha.
You basically have your own menu then, in a way.
I kind of do, and I'm not shy about asking for things.
No, we shouldn't be. We shouldn't be. We're the ones that's paying for the service. We expect something decent. So yeah. I'd say do it. Don't be embarrassed. Ask nice. Obviously, be polite, and professional. Don't kind of be rude about it. I'm sure you guys won't, but speak to them, be polite, and they're more than happy to help you. I'm sure.
Of course, absolutely. Okay, so let's hear about this 80-20 rule.
All right, so this is something that I recently put into my own program with my own clients. So it's very simple. 80% of the time, we want to be eating nutritious food. So which foods that are nutritionally dense. So vegetables, fruits, pulses, beans, lentils, all the good stuff that we know we should eat that we don't eat as much of. And then 20% of the time, actually allow yourself to have those treats and have those foods that are less nutritionally dense, that we kind of feel we should restrict ourselves on all the time. And I think the benefit of doing that is actually giving yourself the opportunity to have it. Because if you say no completely, I'm never going to touch this, I'm never going to eat that again, I'm not keeping it in the house, you're more likely to over binge on it and eat too much. Whereas if you say, yeah, I'm going to have it, I'm going to have it on this day as a treat, or, if I'm going out for a meal, I'm going to have this and I'm not going to worry about it. You're going to more likely to be able to stick to your goals and actually enjoy yourself, because you're not restricting yourself completely to like a crazy amount, like, some people do. So it's just a way of kind of like monitoring. Most of the time having good food, but you still allowing yourself and your family to have those treats on certain occasions.
Yeah, I love that, because you can't really go cold turkey. You can't do like an all or nothing diet, because those always fail.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's a fad, and we're really working on, even though we're talking about summer, we're trying to really turn it into more of a lifestyle, so that you're not, up and down and up and down.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. That's a really bad way of looking, like a really bad way of kind of running your life, because as you say, you go up and you go down, your mood goes up and down with it, and you feel terrible, and you get those kind of like bad feelings, and you kind of maybe speak bad to yourself. But if you allow yourself to do it, you're going to have such a nice harmonious life that that you're going to have that nice treat at the end of the week, and you're not going to feel bad. Also, then you're going to kind of minimize the risk of it and sort of mental health issues as well, because I think that's kind of a lot of it in eating disorders, which I'm quite pleased to see that more people are talking about and kind of bringing it to the forefront, if you like. And with places like Clubhouse, those really important topics are being brought into the masses, where it's being discussed and talked about, and more people are being aware of it. And I think a lot of these topics that we see and hear about in the media need to be brought to the forefront, so we can actually discuss it, so people can be made more aware of it. And I think it helps with education as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think, like these advertisements for certain diets, and they show the before and after pictures, or, you take this pill and, you lose 50 pounds. And all that false advertising, I think, just especially with the younger kids, because they're seeing that, and they're seeing it as somewhat of a reality, when, it's absolutely false, and they're just taking your money, and you're basically just flushing it down the toilet.
Yeah, that kind of stuff annoys me, because as you say, all they want is your money. They're not that like interested in you as a person, because they're just mass marketing it. So the more money they get, the more people that see that, the more people that fall for it, the more money they're going to make. They're not interested in you. They just want the money. And if something happened to you, they're just going to run away. They're not going to probably not be held accountable. And it doesn't work anyway. The most important point is it doesn't work anyway. And we do try to tell people that just stay away from it. It's just a fad, money-making scheme. It's probably going to do you more harm than good, to be fair. And you're going to, lose money, which is not good in itself.
Yeah, that's funny. This is kind of a little bit off topic, but I was talking with a friend yesterday about Dexatrim. Remember when that was a big thing for weight loss?
I don't remember that one, but there's
It
been
was
so
like a
many odd
family.
things. There was one today that someone brought my attention to where they actually attach some kind of magnetic device to your teeth to keep your mouth shut. It's just to stop you from eating, which
Oh
is just
no.
crazy. I don't know. It's just absolutely crazy.
I guess that would do it, right? You know, if
Yeah,
you can't eat, you can't gain weight.
like
That'd
people's
be really
imaginations
scary.
to come up with things like this. It's just nuts.
No, definitely don't do that.
No, no, no.
For sure.
Just eat normally.
So here's one of my husband and my son's favorite topics. I'm definitely not a dirt and bugs type of girl. I like the pool, I like the beach, I like the air conditioning. But tell us a little bit about how we can have more energy for trail walking and hiking.
Okay. This is another nutrition based one. So I talk a lot about giving yourself the energy and the power kind of to actually go out and enjoy yourself. So complex carbohydrates, porridge oats, and I've forgotten what you guys call it over there, oatmeal. So things like that that digest slowly, provide energy slowly throughout the day is a really, really good thing for like trail walks and hikes and things like that. And obviously the longer you're going to kind of go trekking for, off road for, the more carbs you're going to need. But that's a really good fuel. If you're going to go out for an 8 mile, 10 mile, kilometer, or whatever walk, you're going to want plenty of energy to actually enjoy yourself as well. So there's nothing worse than getting halfway through and then feeling, oh my God, I've got no energy left. I'm really tired. You want to enjoy the amazing views, because I've seen a lot of the amazing kind of places in America that you can go and check out, and Australia and some of the countries. And you want the energy to actually enjoy that as well. You don't want to kind of get halfway through and then just feel like you've crashed. So I'm a big kind of firm believer in porridge, oats, things that digest slowly to give you loads of fuel so you can actually enjoy your time away, enjoy your holidays, enjoy your day out. And then you can go on and see a lot of other amazing things without feeling tired and weak.
Yeah, and when you're hiking, if you're like going up a mountain or you're doing a trail, it's not exactly like you can just you hop in your car and drive home. You have to
Oh
you have
no,
to you have to have the energy to get all the way back to where you
exactly.
started.
That's a really good point. You've got to get back as well.
Wonderful. So, all right, I'm going to take a quick break and I'm going to talk a little bit about my business. And then when you come back, I want you to talk about your super sexy take on water, because we have been talking about it every single day this week, but we always love to hear something new. And I also want you to tell us how people can contact you and how you work with your clients. So I'll see you in, don't go away. I'll see you in a
I'll be
minute.
right here. See you shortly.
Wow, isn't he adorable? And I could listen to him talk all day long. I just love his accent, and it's fantastic. And he has some really good, really practical, really implementable suggestions. And I've heard him speak on Clubhouse many, many times, and he really he really is very, very knowledgeable and very helpful when it comes to giving people advice. Before we went online, he actually gave me some advice about how I can get more USB ports so that I don't have to have 7,000 pieces of equipment around me. So very good with advice. So as most of you know already, I am Samantha Weiland, a certified integrative nutrition health coach, and I specialize in chronic digestive disorders. My passion is helping people in their 30s and 40s whose careers, family time, and social interactions are limited due to the fear and shame around their chronic digestive disorders. As a long-term sufferer myself, I researched and then educated my doctors about the root cause of my condition. And I use that knowledge to walk my clients down the same path to freedom, confident that they have the support of someone that has been in their shoes. So if this sounds like you or anyone you know, there's my website right there, yourbestlife.samantha.com. There's some free digestive assessments, some free recipes, lots of great information. So go ahead and grab that. And now I'm going to bring up Chris so that he can tell us about his sexy take on water. All right, Chris, welcome back.
Hey, everybody.
Tell us all about your sexy tip on how to get more water.
All right, so I am about making things more enjoyable, a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fun. So I'm going to tell you about another one as well. So the first one, we were just discussing that if you go to a store, and you buy a popsicle or an ice cream, or in the UK we call them lollies, ice lollies. They're kind of usually full of sugar, preservatives, you don't really know what is in it. So why don't you make your own? And they're really easy. So a quick way of doing it is grabbing some fruit. Fortunately for me, I've got fruit trees in my garden, which are awesome. If not, you just go down the store, buy some like strawberries, cherries. You can make apple, whatever your flavors you like. You can mix them up as well. Again, bit of experimentation, and maybe try and juice them if you've got a juicer. And then you could just kind of buy yourself a mold, like a popsicle mold, pour those in, put like a stick in or something like that just to hold it. And then you could even chop in some fresh fruit as well. So the whole fruit, drop that in there as well, and then just throw it into the freezer. And not only have you got a bit of fresh fruit, you've got something like different take on water, but you've got some nice flavors that you've made yourself. And you can get your kids involved as well. Get them to kind of make their own. Ask them what flavors they like, what their favorite fruits are, and then you could just blend up your own kind of versions and just get creative. Get them in the freezer, and then there you go. Nice take on water. Makes it a little bit more kind of fun and interesting. And the other one actually, and I've seen a lot of people do this, that you can buy yourself a water bottle with there's like a section in the middle with a filter on it, and then you can drop your own fresh fruit into that as well. So rather than having plain water, you can kind of mix, you get the flavors from the fruit as well mixed in with the water. So it just gives it a little bit more of a zing, a little bit more flavor, kind of to make it a little bit more palatable. So I think some people kind of get bored or get sick of drinking plain water. So just kind of jazz it up a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting. And I think you're more likely to be able to then consume the amount of water that you want to kind of drink.
Yeah, I think those are awesome tips. I love the ice pop idea, because not only are you getting hydrated, but it's also cooling. So if you're sitting by the pool and you're feeling really hot, that ice pop is going to hydrate you and also help to lower your body temperature as well.
Oh yes, lots of benefits, and you're getting all the nutrition from the fruit as well, all the vitamins and minerals as well.
Yeah,
a bit of a win-win.
Tell us your favorite ice pop flavors.
I like strawberries. I like pineapple actually. Pineapple and strawberries, I think, like the most sweetest. I think those are the best ones.
Yeah.
Maybe like you could even layer it. You could have like a bit of pineapple juice, strawberries, kiwis are nice. Another one as well. You could even slice the kiwis so they're kind of like suspended in it as well. Ooh. So you can get like so when you're kind of biting through it or however you eat it, then you can get like a frozen slice of kiwi, which is beautiful in there as well.
Oh, I love that. My mouth is watering.
I want one right now as well.
And it's actually like 9,000 degrees here in the States. So that sounds like the perfect treat.
Oh, that'd be super refreshing.
Yeah. So tell us how you work with clients.
Yeah, so I mainly work with females, but I do work with males as well. Mainly to teach them about nutrition and teach them that they can have the foods that they, demonized. And that's kind of a popular word at the moment, that people think they can't have carbs, they can't have, this, that, and the other, because they think they're going to kind of gain weight on that. So I teach people that you don't want to restrict anything. You can have all of the foods that you like to enjoy, but actually gain weight at the same time, and that's by not consuming too many calories. And that's what it comes down to, really. So I do all the work for you in the background, take all the guessing out of how many calories are in this, how many calories are in that. So you can kind of just get on with your life, lose weight, get fit. Some people want to gain confidence as well. And that comes with body image change and all the other kind of benefits, or the other habit tracking that I throw in there as well, just to kind of give you a different spin on it, that you can lose weight without having all the stress and the worries behind it as well. So
do you actually write up meal plans for your clients?
I don't personally. So how it works is the clients, we use like a Google sheet. So the clients then can pick their own kind of meal arrangement. So if they want carbs, fish, or whatever the protein is, and some veggies one day, then the next meal they can make their own creations, and all the carbs, proteins, fats already calculated. So it's just a drop down. So you can make your own meal plans yourself, and then all the calories and proteins then forward onto the other sheet. It does sound complicated, but it works really well. But it takes all of the kind of the stress out for you. So yes, I do kind of help you with the nutrition and meal plans, but the client's actually building their own. So it gets more involved. Important.
Yeah, I think that's really important. Like when I work with my clients, I don't really give out a lot of recipes, because I don't know what people like to eat. I really talk to them more about their mindset and their lifestyle, and some triggers of foods that that don't necessarily work for them. But I kind of give them a model similar to what you do, and I let them kind of plan their own meals and make decisions for themselves, because like I said, I don't know what people like to eat, so I like to let them make their own decisions.
Exactly. That's a really good way of doing it, because it teaches them as well.
Exactly.
You get a really good basic understanding of nutrition, and again, the education comes into it as well. And once you've learned that from, if you're working with a decent coach, once you've learned that, from them, you're more than welcome to kind of work with them again. But you can take that information, and you might have only worked with them for 3 months, and you've got that for the rest of your life. It's like doing a qualification or getting a certificate. You've learned the information, you put it into practice, it works, and then you've got it for the rest of your life. Then you can teach somebody else potentially as well.
Yeah,
really good.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, that's really good, because you can teach other people as well once you've kind of got it mastered.
Yeah, well, you have all the tools that you need to go out on your own, and
exactly. Yeah.
You'll be able to face challenges that may come up, like holidays, vacations, in-laws visiting, all those sorts of things, which can always kind of throw us off the wagon a little bit.
Yep, I've got loads of extra tips on those as well. I used to work away in hotels, so there's loads more kind of little tips thrown in there as well for dealing with living and working in hotels. So I've been there myself.
Wonderful. So how can people contact you? I have your Instagram handle here. They should just direct message you.
Yeah, so you can send me a message on Instagram. So it's Chris Mann Fitness over there. I do have a few other little packages if you want to sign up for those, or if you just want to have a chat, drop me a message, and we'll have a little chat about whatever you want to kind of discuss and see if I can help you. And I've also got tons of slides and carousels and posts on there as well. So all about education, helping people, and telling them that they can live their life without any stresses or restrictions.
Wonderful. I love that. And I encourage everyone to go ahead and connect with you on Instagram and also Clubhouse. You are like the Clubhouse king. I see you're on there all day, every day.
Yep, I get around in the nicest possible way. Yeah, it's definitely all about meeting people, meeting communities, networking as well. I've got my own kind of loyal band of people that I like to work with, and then I kind of float about. But I typically stay in the same kind of rooms, as you've been in loads of our rooms, Samantha, so I stay in the same rooms really. That's just what I feel comfortable with, and the learning and things you can pick up from the people on there is amazing. People have got amazing knowledge on things you never knew existed. So I love it for that reason as well.
Yeah, I love it for that reason too. And like you said, making the connections and the networking, meeting people that that are of the same mind. It's always so. Sometimes we think as coaches, like, I'm the only one. I'm out here floating in a boat by myself, and then you can get together with people and talk about the struggles and talk about your business and talk about what your clients are going through, and you feel like, yes, I have a tribe. I'm not alone.
Yep, exactly. And there's always going to be someone that's in a similar position or been in a similar position to yourself. And as you say, you just chat about it, and you realize that, oh, actually I can do it. It's not that bad really.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. So do you work with clients one-on-one? Do you do group coaching? Do you do online coaching?
I do a mixture of online coaching, and I do face-to-face in the gym as well. So a bit of both. The reason I got into personal training was to work face-to-face with people, actually make that connection, build up the rapport and relationship, and actually coach them on technique as well. That's another kind of big thing that I do. Love to teach people technique. Safety as well is really important. So that's why I got involved in that. But then I've transitioned recently to online, because I can reach more people that way as well. And it's a whole new way of learning and thinking. And I've developed a lot in the business world as well. So I've learned a lot about how to market myself, and emailing and ebooks and, website design and build. So it's a really good way to give yourself another opportunity to learn more.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can also broaden your reach for sure.
Yeah, it can, especially on places like Instagram, because you could have millions, thousands, or hundreds of people looking at your posts every day, and that in real life, it's a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, especially with lockdown. I guess I know your gym is open, mine is open as well.
Yeah.
And we don't have to wear masks in the gym anymore, which is wonderful. That was really
we never had to in the first place. It was like up to the gym owners whether they wanted to or not. I've seen some people in my gym, and it's entirely up to them if they want to wear the mask or not. No one's kind of making you do it, and no one's kind of forcing you to take it off either. So it's kind of quite relaxed. It's up to the persons really.
Yeah, that's good. I just felt like it was really, I don't know, I think it was more of a mental thing when I was, not that I do a lot of intense cardio, but I started to get a little lightheaded, feeling like I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, there's that kind of like concern as well, isn't there? That having something so close to your face may impede a few things, but from what I've seen, it doesn't. It's that kind of like mental aspect of having that, mask so close to you whilst you're working out, because obviously you want to get the carbon dioxide out. Really, you don't want to have to, maybe breathe it back in again, or there's lots of worries people have, but I think it's better not to have it restricting your airways.
Yeah, and that's a whole conversation for another day. So give us your final closing tip on how to make this summer of 21 epic. The stage is yours. Go.
All right. Just enjoy yourself. Try not to stress about anything. We're here for a short period of time in life, and life's a living. So just enjoy yourself. Don't take life too seriously. Get the kids involved, and just do whatever you want, and don't have any regrets.
No regrets. I love that. We're going to close out with that. No regrets. Well, thank you very much, Chris, and thank you everyone for watching. And you can look forward to our next guest, not tomorrow, but Thursday. Carly Knapp will be here with me, and we look forward to seeing you all then. So I will see you again soon.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Bye for now.
Bye, everybody. See you later.